Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Constance Carter, and I am here today, as I always am every single day, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Fly Nubian Queen. And let me just tell you before I get started, I want you guys to make sure you go out and subscribe to flynubianqueen.com, the network for melanated women just like you. Also, I want you to text the word Queens to 31996 to receive text alerts and special offers. So right now, if you are under the sound of my voice, I want you to go subscribe, like, share this post, and subscribe to Fly Nubian Queen. All right. So, hey, Miss Dee Bowden, how are you? I wanted to talk to you today about investing in yourself. Now, this is extremely important. This is an extremely important topic to me because I thoroughly believe in investing in myself. I thoroughly believe that if you want to get anywhere in life, that you have to make investments. If you want to become wealthy, if you want to create a business, if you want to grow yourself personally, then you have to personally invest in those things. You have to be willing to put your money where your mouth is. And I'm going to give you 5 just simple ways. That's not going to cost you a whole lot of money. But I'm going to give you 5. I'm glad, Leonard, that you have your popcorn and you sitting back and you listening, because it's so important that we invest in ourselves. Hey, oh, we got Gerald all the way from Africa. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's a lot of you guys out there. And I want to be brief, and I don't want to be before you very long, but I want to talk to you about the importance of investing, because so often we want to do so many things, but we are not willing to put in the proper steps that we need in order to do it. Phil Jackson has a book. It's called 11 Rings. And I don't know if you know anything about Phil Jackson. He was the coach for the Lakers. He was a coach for the Bulls. And, he's coached some of the greatest players of all time. He's coached Michael Jordan. He's coached Kobe Bryant. But do you know, neither of them would have won the rings that they won had they not had the proper coaching. And so that takes investment. Hey, Lori from Indiana, that takes investment. So we often have so many things that God has placed on the inside of us. God has gifted each and every one of us with something special. And you may or may not know what it is, but you do have a gift. And the Bible says, if you are familiar with the Bible, it says your gift will make room for you, and it will bring you before many important men. And so if you figure out what that gift is and you hone in on that gift, then there are things that you can do. There are proper steps that you can do in order to get to that other side. But you got to be willing to invest in yourself. Most of us spend so much time on Google University. I use Google University. I just did a TED Talk called GTS, Google that shit. And it's about me, having a PhD, a public high school diploma. And I don't have a formal background, but I had to do things in order to invest in myself. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. Go check out my TED Talk. It's called Google That Shit, 5 steps or 5 investments to make to close the wealth gap. But I talk about this because this is also important. But I want to just dial down a little bit deeper in simple things that you can do to invest in yourself. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars investing in myself. And whether it's personal development, professional development, education, again, because I don't have a post-secondary education, I got a chip on my shoulder. There's things that I don't have that I need, and I have to make sure that I'm constantly trying to be, stay on the cutting edge of so many things so that I can make sure that I have the proper knowledge. If you know anything about me, I own one of the largest African-American owned real estate firms in California, but the way I was able to do that is by investing in myself. So make sure you go beyond ideation, because many of us have these ideas that God's placed on the inside of us. I have a friend, he invented, his name is Chris Johnson, and he invented this thing called the rapid ramen maker. And if you shout out to Chris, if you're watching, but one of the things that he did is when he was in college, and if you've ever been in college, if you've ever been on a college budget, you might have eaten ramen noodles, top ramen, right? And the consistency, if you would put it in the microwave, the consistency is different in the microwave than it is on the stove. So Chris said, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a bowl so that you can learn how, so that you can, when you put the ramen noodles in the microwave, it has the same consistency as it does when you're cooking on the stove. So he took that idea and he actually implemented, right? So now he's this kid, he went on Shark Tank. Well, this grown ass man, he went on the Shark Tank. He got an investment from Mark Cuban, and now he's selling millions and millions of products all over the world with this one idea. How many times have you had an idea in your mind and you knew it was $1 million idea, but you never executed it? You got to get from ideation to execution. Now, me, I'm not the biggest, I don't have the biggest, brightest ideas, but I'm the one who I execute. But many of you are so brilliant and so smart. You guys have great, great, great ideas in your mind, but you just sit on your ideas because either, number one, you don't think that you have what it takes to do what you need to do in order to get it pushed out there. You've let somebody discourage you from actually executing because you probably told the wrong person. You probably actually told, somebody who God didn't give that vision or that gift to. When God gives that vision and gift to you, the reason why the other people can't see it is because he didn't give it to them. He gave it to you for you to manifest it. One of the things that we do is we start telling other people what it is that we about to do. And somebody either is going to be a dream killer or your dream stealer. And they're going to tell you that you shouldn't do it. And many of those people are in our families. Because I have haters in my family. I know you have haters in your family that tell you what you can't do and what you ain't going to do. Don't listen to those haters. Don't listen to those guys. Do it anyway. Figure out how to do it. Go to YouTube, YouTube Community College. Somebody told me YouTube Community College or Google University, and you can figure out how to do just about anything. You can figure out how to build a house on Google, on YouTube. But it's just the fact of getting out there and doing it. So let's talk about, the 5 steps, the 5 things that you need to do in order to start investing in yourself. Because I really want to encourage those people who have that God is just put something in you and you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do, but you really want to actually do that thing. And if I ask you a question, and maybe put this in the comments box, because I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday. If you had the choice of being rich or famous, what would you be? Would you be rich or would you be famous? On the same token, if you had the opportunity to live your dreams without any worry in the world, or live in, just live regularly and work a job, which would you do? So I want you to put that in the comments box right now, because it's going to tell us a lot about where you are with getting where you need to get with being able to pursue your dreams. So let's talk about the 5 simple steps that you need to invest in yourself. The first way you need to invest in yourself is you need to start affirming yourself. Carly said, I don't care about having fame. I hate the spotlight. Me too. Most people are saying rich, wealthy, rich, wealthy, right? Nobody wants to be famous. You can be famous and broke. There's so many famous and broke people on Instagram. It's pathetic. But the first thing you need to do is you need to start doing affirmations, because you need to start investing in building your own self-worth and your own self-esteem. How does that work? Well, let me give you an example. There's somebody that I work with that I'm very, very close to. And I remember just a few short years ago, she was overweight. She wasn't happy with herself. And